Hey everyone, Sam from United People's TV here with Dan Townley. Just after the 2-1 loss to Bournemouth.
It feels like 5. It doesn't really matter what the score was. It was wank. That's all you need to know. Summed up. There we go. Over and done with. Let's go for
the quickest review ever. Yeah.
Oh God.
Where do you start?
With that goal, the first goal. I think it sums up Man United, doesn't it? At the minute, like the way we're playing, the way there's the feeling around the stadium. Even Mother Nature wants to go against us.
I don't even think it had that much to do with the win, man. I just think it was bad positioning from De Gea. It just had serious whip on the ball.
I don't know. I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt just because it's David De Gea. Oh my God! It just sums up Man United. When you concede in direct from a corner, that's when you've got to be like, what are we practicing? The whole game, our defending of corners was dog shite. And I don't think I've ever seen that with United, where every corner that they had, they looked like they could score. Thank God Glenn Murray came on, who apparently, according to the commentary team, is one of the best strikers of the football, and he's dangerous. He ballooned it left, right and centre. But that first goal,
we conceded 4 goals from set pieces now in the last 2 games. 2 against Wolfsburg, 2 against Bournemouth.
Yeah. What are we doing midweek? We've got a lot of time now. Wait for Thursdays.
No, I
put the effort in.
For me, that's a new low for Van Gaal. I mean, we made Bournemouth. You look at when you get the fixtures out, look at the start of the season. You see newly promoted teams. You're looking at those as banking points. We made Bournemouth look comfortable. Yes, they beat Chelsea 1-0 last week. Yes, we've got a lot of injuries, but we've still got a much better team than them on paper. But now.
I think it goes without saying, doesn't it? A lot of the teams that we come up against, we've got a much better team, and that's because we're Man United. we've got a better team. We have, as you said, on paper, a ridiculously talented team, but nobody, not one player, was impressed. Okay, Fellaini maybe, and I think that's how far we've fallen.
Imagine when Fellaini is your best player on the pitch.
Exactly. Imagine saying this when Moyes took over, right? Fellaini had a proper stinker of a season. Last season wasn't too bad. But now we've got to the point where Marouane Fellaini is the most dangerous man on the pitch. And that's not just because of his elbows. He was actually having more chances than anyone. If he could shoot, he'd be dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. It's embarrassing.
Well, what does this mean for Van Gaal then? What do you think? What's your immediate reaction?
I've never been, even when Moyes was in, I've never been against... I've never been gone, I'd sack the manager. Because I think, January's coming up and it'll be interesting to see, one, if he brings people in, because we all know we do need one. We do need one. We need more than one person coming in to change the team. And 2, obviously, if he does bring people in, who he brings in and what areas of the field he strengthens. I mean, we haven't got a striker at the minute.
Even Martial can't score now. Martial, what he was at the start of the season.
No, he started off down the centre, and just the whole tactics of the team. It's just, I don't know. It seems like we're pushing him out wide, and then Nick Powell came on, and Nick Powell was playing down the centre. It's embarrassing. It really is.
Well, what do we do? Where do we go from here? Because I expected after we had defeat to Wolfsburg that a game against Bournemouth was the perfect way for us to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't have done anything less to respond. We've made the situation 10 times worse. And
Van Gaal's not helped himself. And I saw a comment on Twitter. I can't for the life of me remember who it was, but they said, if there was going to be a time for Van Gaal to get up out of his seat and be a manager, today's game would be it. All of the young players on the pitch, they look to the side of the pitch for some encouragement, and you've got the manager of the team writing in a notebook, and you've got...
I kind of disagree with that. Everyone's got their managerial style. Some sit down, some stand up.
Would you have had... Because when Giggs took over from Moyes for the last part of the season, Giggs he spent probably 90% of the time during the game on the sideline, shouting instruction or encouragement. There's nothing like that. So when they make a mistake, obviously fans are going to get on the back anyway. That would affect it. I imagine if Van Gaal, stood there today throwing out encouragement? Do you not think they would have played a tiny bit better, or they would have made?
I don't know. I don't really like to speak in hypotheticals because it's kind of pointless because he's a sit-down manager. He's not going to get up. He's not going to fucking move.
Yeah.
That's Louis. You got to deal with it.
I mean, if you look at the World Cup, how he was with the World Cup, Netherlands, he was on the touchline.
The thing is that was knockout football, and I feel that's why I kind of thought, Wolfsburg will be his sort of game. We have to win. We need to attack. But yeah, we were good going forward against Wolfsburg, and then dog shit in defence. Today we were dog shit in defence, dog shit in attack.
Yeah,
we were just dog shit, and there's nothing else you can say about it. Yes, Bournemouth, gritty team. Fuck it, they'll probably make a DVD about this win. I think that sort of sums up who we were playing.
Yeah,
there's absolutely no disrespect to Bournemouth. It's their first season in the Premier League. We're Man United, and there is a fine line between arrogance and just being fucking conscious of who you are. And right now, United they've just lost all confidence in themselves in playing football. And if you can't go and beat Bournemouth, how do you expect to get anywhere near the top of the Premier League? And if we've got Norwich home or away, I don't even know next. Then we've got Chelsea, and then we've got Stoke, and Stoke look good. And Chelsea will probably turn up against us. So who's to say that we might go on a run of 2 or 3 losses now. And Van Gaal was getting saved by the fact that, yes, we were playing shit football, but we weren't losing. Now we're losing and we're conceding. And he doesn't have much of a leg to stand on. And if the fans started to turn on Louis after Wolfsburg, losing against Bournemouth is only going to make it worse.
I think he has kind of run out of excuses now. Obviously, when he first signed, he's like, it'll take 6 months for his style of play to be implemented. We don't quite know what that is, but it is there. This philosophy he talks about, and the players have started to talk about the philosophy of the player. Obviously, if you read reports, you'll see the board think highly of Louis van Gaal. So I don't think he'll be. I think it is up to the fans, isn't it? I think the fans' voice is. It's louder than any, really. And so if you just take a glance at social media and you just search Van Gaal, a good percentage of people want him out now. But the question is, who'd come in? Who's available to come in to manage United?
I don't think sacking is the right move at the moment.
Okay.
And just in the fact that who we're going to get in.
That's the thing, isn't it? There's nobody out there.
No, I mean, you'd probably want Pep. In an ideal situation, I thought he was a perfect replacement from Fergie in the first place. But that's a different conversation altogether. I don't really know nothing's going to happen. I don't see Van Gaal leaving anytime soon.
No.
So the players in him have just got to fucking buck up, man. Because yes, we've got injuries, and yeah, X, Y, and Z is going against us. But if Fellaini could finish today, I think I've been saying that for the last 4 or 5 games. If our finishing was better, Martial was dead through with a one-on-one. You think banker goal? Yeah. Oh no, he spooned it wide. The players have got to take it upon themselves to realise the situation they're in. Louis van Gaal has got to take it upon himself to say, you know what worked for me at Ajax, what worked for me at Barcelona, what worked for me at Netherlands might not be working at Man United. I might be wrong. I might have to change. And don't be so fucking stubborn to your philosophy.
I think getting him to do something like that, he doesn't look like the kind of man that would go, you know what, I've made the mistake. I don't think he is. I think he's too, not big-headed about it, but he's too reliant on what he's done in the past, which I guess is the problem with United fans, too reliant on what's happened in the past with his philosophy and his tactics. We're too reliant on Alex Ferguson played this way, Matt Busby played this way. It's the United style of play, so to speak, and Sir Alex leaves and we were left with David Moyes. Obviously, we weren't happy with that, got rid, and then we see another style of play that's come in. We're not happy with this either. We were picking up results, but now because it's going against us, we are pointing that finger. But I don't think he'll change. I honestly don't think he'll change. I think the one thing which will be interesting to see what happens is January. How quickly business gets done, because you can't be faffing around until the end of January to plug gaps which need filling today.
Yeah,
there's no hiding that. They need changing today. Now is the time to start looking and having the the initial conversation to go, look, will this player be available in January?
Well,
there's no reason why those conversations shouldn't be happening in United and shouldn't be happening with the relevant teams if we were to buy someone. But again, who are we going to lure into Manchester United? We haven't got Champions League football. Yes, we've got Europe, but Europa League, it's not the desirable competition that the Champions League is. Even United fans don't want to be in the Europa League. How do you sell that to a player?
Well, I think we've got to clean the shit up on our own doorstep before we try and bring someone else in. And I want to sort of leave this to like the comments and let you guys get involved, because me and Dan will probably chat about this a little bit more in the week. You know, what is the next steps for Van Gaal? But in terms of the immediate reaction to that game, let us know what you thought in the comments below. It's another fucking awful game. It's an awful performance. It's probably one of the worst in context. Let us know your thoughts on Van Gaal. Is it switching? Are you more Van Gaal in, Van Gaal out? I don't particularly think, from my point of view, that Van Gaal out was the right move right now. But things have got to change. And I don't know whether, Dan's right, I don't know whether Louis is so fucking stubborn that he would rather lose his job than admit he was wrong. And if he really is that stubborn, then he's not the right man for the job. But it's all about adapting to your surroundings. And if we can do that from moving forward, you know, we're still only going to be like 7 points off top of the league. Everyone else is playing pretty crap as well. Nothing's lost. But if we continue on this trend and just stay on this slope going downwards, I don't really see a positive end for Louis van Gaal. I don't see him here next year. So that's it for the match review. Subscribe if you're new. We'll be doing hopefully more of these sort of live match reactions more often. Thanks for joining, Dan.
Absolutely no worries. Thank you very much for having me, I guess. After this shite game.
Yeah, shame about the fucking football, eh? But we'll see you again soon. Take it easy.